On December 4th, 2011, Eric and I did a dive at Sund Rock Marine Preserve. Sund Rock is located on the west side of Hood Canal, almost at the southernmost end, near the town of Hoodsport. In order to get to the dive site, you must first stop at the dive shop in Hoodsport to register and pay an access fee. The fee at the time we registered was just over $17 each. You then proceed down a narrow dirt road to a gravel parking area very near the water. Mr. Sund himself patrols the parking lot, checking registrations. Floats are positioned around the dive site to identify the various features. We entered the water down a gentle slope and surface swam for about 5 minutes to a float that marked a feature called the North Wall. We descended from the float and reached the top of the rock at about a depth of 30 feet or so. It was well covered with white and orange giant plumose anemones. The anemones looked to be very healthy, with tall columns topped with broad sets of tentacles. As we explored our way down the face of the rock wall, we encountered many types of life typical to the Puget Sound, like these perch, lingcod, all different types of sea stars, like this cushion star, and crabs like this Dungeness. Almost as soon as we reached the base of the wall, we came across this mated pair of wolf eels. These eels look to be fairly old, and since they mate for life, these two may have been together for a long time. We observed them for a while and then moved on. But after no more than 10 feet or so, we found another wolf eel. This one was apparently younger because it was somewhat smaller and had smoother features. It was also more active. As we continued along the base of the wall, we found a giant Pacific octopus in its den with eggs. A female octopus will lay 20 to 100,000 eggs in clusters of 200 to 300 eggs each and hang them from the ceiling of the den. So there were probably a lot more eggs in the den than we could see. After we checked out the octopus for a while, we headed into some deeper water to see the sea whips, just east of the wall. Sea whips are a type of soft coral, so they're really not one organism, but a colony of small animals, each with stinging tentacles to catch food that drifts by. We found this one at about 93 feet depth, and it looked to be about 5 feet long. When we returned to the wall, the mother octopus was pretty active in her den. Females are very attentive to their eggs, guarding them and using their siphon to clean and aerate the egg clusters. The eggs can take from 150 days to almost a year to hatch. The females don't eat during the brooding period and usually die afterwards. As we continued to explore, we encountered yet another wolf eel. This one was quite large and down inside a deep crevice. Then we spotted something unusual along the wall. It was a giant Pacific octopus, fully exposed and clinging to the vertical rock face. It's unusual to see an octopus during the day because they hunt at night and are generally back in their dens by the time we see them. When they're out of their den and fully exposed, it often means that they've come to the end of their lifespan, because even though they can grow to be from 10 to 14 feet between their arm tips, they only live an average of about 4 years. A healthy octopus can change its skin color and texture to match almost any environment, but this one seemed to be grayish-white for the most part, except for the arm tips. It didn't make any effort to move away from us or camouflage. We observed the octopus until it was time for us to head back to shore. Overall, we had a great dive at Sund Rock. No current and smooth surface conditions. Bottom time was 45 minutes, maximum depth 93 feet, visibility about 20 feet, water temperature was 43 degrees.